Hello there, this is Jam Master Daniel 96, and in today's video, I will be giving you two Bad Batch reviews in one video. So, with it, I recorded both the episode 9 review and the episode 10 review separately. So, when you see like different lighting and locations and all that, that's the reasoning. And when the episode 9 review was filmed at like nighttime, and the episode 10 review was filmed in daytime. So I just wanted to clear those up, and I decided to do this, and then kind of with, in March, we're going to have a big overlap with Mando Season 3 and the Bad Batch Season 2, like the early episodes of the third season of The Mandalorian and the second season of the Bad Batch, like the rest of those episodes are overlapping, so it is going to be quite a challenge for us, YouTube channels and podcasts. So I'm decided to play around with giving you two reviews in one video. So here is the episode 9 review. So welcome to part 1 of my Bad Batch review, as in this part I will be covering Bad Batch Season 2, Episode 9. So let's get to it. So in this episode of the Bad Batch, it's pretty much like a mission they're doing for Sid, but Sid is not present in this episode, and this is, the first Bad Batch episode where the group doesn't have Echo with them. So it's pretty much Tech, Wrecker, Omega, and Hunter in this episode. So that's that there, because, in the previous episode, Echo is with Rex, so we have that there. And also in this episode, they're pretty much going to get something for Sid. And then while they get it, their ship gets taken by someone, as the person was watching them in the distance, and takes their ship and flies off with it. And then they just got to figure out a way how to get off the planet. So that's that there. And then while they're walking through, there's a bit they have a run-in with a stampede. And it did remind me of that part in The Lion King where there's the big stampede running and they're kind of in the trenches and all that. But at least no one died in it. So we have our characters alive and well in that part. So nobody died in this episode. And they pretty much, go in a cave, and they pretty much look for the bits they were looking for in the cave, like, because they come out of one of the things in the cave, like they fill up and all that stuff. So that's that there. And then there's a part where we have a moment with Tech and Omega, and then there's this, Omega expresses how much she misses Echo and all that stuff, and then Tech explains that, like how you have to get used to it. It made, Omega so relatable and all that stuff. Which we've all probably been there. Like, there's a change that we miss, and it's like, we just have to adapt and stuff. And I'm sure we were all told that by certain people in our lives. So that's that there. And I thought that was a very good life lesson in this episode as well. So, it was just a very powerful moment between Omega and Tech. So that's that. And then we have the characters, they get together, and then they go to this like village and all that, and then so that's the bit, and then that's kind of how the episode ends. So that's the part with episode 9 in the season 2 of the Bad Batch, and I thought it was an entertaining episode. It was nothing eventful, so it doesn't mean it's bad or anything. It was watchable and entertaining episode, and I'd probably rate it about a 7 out of 10. And obviously the standout moment was the bit with Tech and Omega, so that does it for me there. And moving on to part 2. Welcome to part 2, where I talk about episode 10 of the Bad Batch Season 2. And I'm going to, talk about some things and then give my thoughts afterwards. So let's get to it. So with this episode of The Bad Batch, it's a follow-up to the previous episode. And, in the previous episode, their ship got stolen, the Marauder. And then they find it in this one. And how they find it, Omega is able to get a signal that will lead to their Gonk droid on the Marauder named Gonky. And then we learn more about the person who stole it. And it's a kid named Benny who works for a guy named Mako. And with Benny, he's like that guy working a job. It's like the only life he knows. And he's like trying to, get like these, good things with his job, like moving up and all that kind of stuff. So that's that. And then, like Mako's this like arrogant boss. And then, so we have that part there. And then, the Bad Batch will see the Marauder and then they question Benny and all that. And then Benny talks about certain things. And then the hyperdrive thing got taken out of the ship and all that. So that's that part there. And then Omega and Benny work together and all that stuff. So we have that part there. And then in the end, Benny gets everyone to turn on Mako because Mako isn't a good guy and he pretty much, doesn't treat his employees pretty well. Like Mako's like that boss like we all don't like. Like he's that boss that treats people like shit. Like that's what Mako is. Like I mean, we've probably all had that boss before, where we don't like him. Mako is that kind of guy, and I feel like we relate to Benny and all the others with that. And so that's that there. And then there's a part, they get the hyperdrive and all that. The Bad Batch come in to help to fight off it. And then in the end, all the other guys are free from Mako. And then the Bad Batch are able to leave and all that. So we have that part there. And then that's pretty much with episode 10 of the Bad Batch. So a little like rundown of that. I'd say this was about a solid 7 out of 10. I mean, it was entertaining in that. I mean, it wasn't anything grand. I mean, so that's pretty much that. A 7 out of 10 rating. And then that does it for me on the reviews of both Bad Batch episodes. So there you go. So those were the episodes of this review. And, pretty much, summed them up in the best way I could with these 2 episodes, and I hope you enjoyed them. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, comment what you think down below. Did you like these episodes, not like these episodes? Were you indifferent? Which one did you like better? Did you like both, or did you dislike both? Let me know all your thoughts down below on these 2 episodes of the Bad Batch. And follow me on Twitter, DanRS87, Instagram, JMD96_YT, Facebook, JamMasterDaniel96. Share this video. Let's get to 600 subscribers. And have a good day, and may the Force be with you. Bye.